What's up, Hippo lovers? WTF happened in January 2023, and a lot of stuff happened, so I will have to go through this one pretty damn quickly. Just yesterday, 31st of January, Age of Empires 2 was released on Xbox, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Obviously, the hope behind this is that a lot of the Xbox players might follow the esports scene. There's more money going into it, more people seeing and rediscovering the game, and yeah, so lots and lots of potential because there are millions of Xbox players, and hopefully they are starting to follow our PC scene. And as you can see, it is really well optimized there apparently. From the feedback that I read, like especially casuals, absolutely loving it. As you can see, it's like really designed for it, and feedback has been overwhelmingly good. The only thing that I read was not good is for people like Dave that already are playing with the controller. You can't really customize the hotkeys there, so you will have to go with what the developers think is best for now. And yeah, still pretty exciting news there for sure. So if you have a console and want to try it out, that is your way to go. Right now, we don't know anything about viewer numbers, so I can't tell you a lot here. And which brings us to big news. Nations Cup, obviously one of the tournament or like fan favorite tournaments, hosted by different people, hosted by Chinese people. T90 had one in the past. We had like going back like WCG times, right? And people love to cheer for their people simply because, with the exception of SY and Xiaomi, you don't really see the players play in their national teams, maybe Vietnam as well. So that's lots of interest. It might be the biggest Age of Empires tournament of all times. The sign-up list is absolutely crazy. As we can see, those are the 4 best seeds here. Seeding was done by 1v1 rating and team game rating. And as we can see, France, Finland, Germany A, and Brazil got invites there. Finland A and China A, probably considered to be the top 2 teams, but Vivi and Tim's rating not that high there, and therefore, yeah, didn't really get a direct invite, but still, it feels like Finland, China, the clear top 2, and then it's getting really interesting. Brazil sending a top team, Germany having high ambitions, France training a lot, like really well, working together as a team. And then there's obviously some crazy teams. I think Argentina split Kapot and Nikov, so that's going to be interesting. Canada, lots of fan favorites there. Slam, Hera, Chris, Survivalist, Ra, Silverstar, Tigger, and I think Dave is in there as well. Yeah, we can see Marauder. T90 is playing for the US of A. And teams like Norway are also sending in the Viper and MBL, so it's going to be pretty damn packed. And as you can see, the list is endless. Like Germany, I think, is sending like 9 teams. Argentina is sending like 11 teams or something, and it's in total 155 teams. So I didn't do the math, but this could be, you have to sign up with at least 4 up to 10. Let's just average with 6. This could have maybe close to 1,000 signups. I heard the number of 1,100, didn't confirm it really, but yeah, it's going to be absolutely massive. Also, what's massive is that this is completely community funded. We are, I think, now at $14,000, and therefore it also got S tier status in Liquipedia, which is pretty rare for a community funded tournament in the times where we have massive sponsors and Microsoft pumping a lot of money in there. Speaking of Microsoft pumping a lot of money in there, NAC 4 is returning and got announced in January. So that's going to be a $100,000 tournament happening in March. Qualifiers happening in February. And the announcement was pretty big, pretty hyped. Some people wanted to see Memp in there. Lots of questions why he was not invited. Dash makes his first appearance in an offline tournament. Big name in the League of Legends scene. And lots of people, well, we'll have a close look at him. Obviously, lots of fans from other games might tune in because of him. And the typical format, group stage, and yeah, something we can talk about a bit later. Also, something that we have seen is that new maps are included, but I think that's something we can talk a bit about later. Mainly the big announcement there. Obviously, one of the most liked tournaments in the Age of Empires calendar. Battle for 2800. That's a rating 1v1 related. Mr. Yo had 2799 and then lost 2 games in a row, and then the race was basically on again. Hera tried his very best, Jordan tried his very best, Viper started playing as well, and it was kind of an open war, Twitter wars, people trash talked each other, and in the end, it was Hera taking it down here, 2,809. Viper had a good run, but then lost 3 games in a row to Jordan, who was 2770 or something like that. So it's still 2-3 games away, depending on who he would face. And in the end, I think Hera winning 2 games against Tito there. So didn't farm any noobs, and yeah, crazy success for him. Took quite some time. Which brings us to some smaller tournaments that I still want to mention though. JMB, Jordan's Medieval Brawl, is a tournament series that happens a lot of consecutive Wednesdays. Basically an 8-man tournament that will face, or 8 men and women, an 8 player tournament. That will finish in one evening. Best of 3s into best of 5 final, and the first edition of season 2 was won by Hera. After beating down 2-0, Hera made the comeback here, and that's basically a tournament every single Wednesday hosted by Jordan. Prize pool, $500. I think there is a season final there in the end where you can get points for. I don't even know. Yeah, seems like the season finals there 1st of March apparently. So we'll have some of those. I think $3,000 is the goal there for that final. Also, Admirals Cup. Typically a tournament that we wouldn't talk about a lot, but I have to talk about it because the result was really shocking. At least to me. We had 4 qualifiers, not the most shocking thing ever there. But then ACCM beat Winchester 3-0, and then in the final, after being down 3-1, actually got 3 wins in a row. And ACCM winning this tournament with this high caliber. Viper obviously in tippy-toppy shape, beat Hera 3-0 before. And that was a surprise to a lot of people. ACCM obviously one of the most improved players in the last 2 years, I would think. And still, that is a big W for him. So massive W there. And then we have Clip of the Month. And that is a tournament game from T90's Titans League. We are playing Regicide Fortress in the Gold League. Mihai, also one of the most improved players of the last year, looking to get into the Platinum League. Facing Gabi, the best female player in the world. Mihai is still the big favorite. And trying to lower board. Yeah. That happened. As you can see on the minimap, just ran into the castle, tried to react instantly, didn't really work out. And Mihai actually ended up losing that whole set, so good result there for Gabi for sure. And yeah, poor Mihai couldn't really get over that one too quickly. And that brings us to the look ahead. So what are we going to see in February? We will see continuation of JMB on Wednesdays. Nations Cup will go full qualification mode. As we saw, 155 teams. We need to reduce those to 32 in the main event, I believe. And then NAC 4 qualification. Actually, I got that one through in 9.5 minutes. Bit surprised of myself here. Yeah, just improved the speed a bit. And yeah, I also read your feedback. quite a bit, and you wanted that like monotone, like me speaking about myself in the third person, was not very well received. So I will keep opinions in this one, and maybe we'll still go for an opinion-based format. But yeah, I think that's it for this week. Maybe I forgot something, but then I will write it down in the comments. Goodbye, Hippo lovers, and think good month ahead of us. See ya.